Hello and welcome back to the Tom and Will FPL show. My name is Tom.
And my name is Will. Welcome back to our weekly fantasy football show where we're talking everything FPL.
Yes, sir. How you doing, mate? Still down in
I'm
Lyme, I
right.
see.
Still in the lovely world of Lyme. It was like misty as yesterday, and now it's glorious sunshine.
I can't remember if we brought it up on the other pod that you're actually in Lyme, down visiting your parents. You've been just having a
We
long
said,
holiday down by
yeah,
the seaside.
yeah, we said Dorset, didn't we? Yeah, just yeah, that's lovely down there. I could live down there for 2 weeks, and then I've got to get back to London.
Yeah,
Anyway, how are you?
yeah, fair. I'm quite tired, mate. We were shooting in Manchester last night and didn't wrap till like half 11, something like that. And then I got up early to come back this morning to do some bits and bobs. So yeah, pretty jaded, but I'm excited about the pod today, mate. I'm excited about the pod. I've got to get ship
Absolutely.
shape, mate. I've got a So we're recording this now Wednesday lunchtime. Got a lads golf weekend this weekend. Will I'm going down to Dorset, in fact. Yeah, we're playing at Remedy Oak golf course, which is a very, very nice golf course. I want to say it might be Matt Letizier's local course. So I could, get
Okay.
swat up on my conspiracy theories while I'm there, which is nice.
Is this the annual golf tournament?
This is the amateurs. So me and my
That's the
boys,
amateur. Yeah.
we do the amateurs, which is yearly, which is the
Yeah.
individual event. So it's all on me. And then we have
Yeah.
the Cider Cup, which is the Ryder Cup, and that is team format, and that is brutal. It gets messy. It's red versus blue. It's been going on 10 years. Every other year, like Ryder Cup, there's stats. We make stats, and it comes up like the best players and who gets the most points and all that jazz. And it's just the mudslinging is something else. But thank God it's
Excellent.
not this year, mate. I don't got to worry about that. Let's just stick to football, mate.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Um, let's crack on. All right, so on today's show, everybody, we will be discussing game week 3. There were some big results in game week 3. Arsenal dropped some points to Brighton. Everton, they lost quite big. Boy, did they lose, mate. And then we'll touch on Man United versus Liverpool. But yeah, we won't get into that just now. We'll come back to that. Um, After that, one of us is on a wild card. Obviously, we're into international break now. We're still early in, but we'll get some opening thoughts for whoever that is. And then we're going to finish the show off with Match of the AI. Today, we are doing football's bad boys. We got two teams made up of the bad boys of football. It's going to be a fiery affair. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, so it should be a fun show. But first, let's have some listener questions. Listener questions. We've got one from Phil down in Falmouth. Great pod chaps. Thoroughly enjoying listening. Who should I have in my fantasy football team? I feel any week now, Mazarawi will start to pay dividends. Post the international break, form goes out the window. Should I be sticking with Haaland? Okay, so two questions in one there. Will, United fan, obviously. What are you thinking about Mazarawi at the moment?
I like him. I think he's looking pretty good. He doesn't venture up the pitch that much, so I'm not too sure about the attacking threat. But and obviously we are a little bit leaky. But I think that given a few more weeks, he might be a good one. But personally, if we're going to look at United, I look at Dallo. I think he's been playing incredibly well. Um, Again, I don't think you're going to be getting any clean sheets anytime soon. Who knows with Ugarte starting? He will be starting next game week, I think. And yeah, I'd go from there. What do you reckon, Pickle?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I'd agree with that. He did get up. He had a shot against Liverpool. He's one of the few guys that tested Alisson, put it through Van Dijk's legs. So getting into attacking areas, and he's still 4.5. So yeah, he's not a bad option. And yeah, he's still early in the team, so he might go strength to strength and improve. Yeah, he's had a decent start. And yeah, if United do tighten up, then could be a shout. Could be a shout. Should you
Give it a
stick with
few weeks.
Haaland? Absolutely.
Just a yes.
Okay. Yeah, second question. I don't seem to have a name on this one. Salah and Haaland. Is this the birth of the template? I think it is. Obviously, you've got the two most expensive players in the game. Absolutely cleaned up. They're both the top scorers in FPL. I think they've got 41 points. They're looking like must-haves at the moment. And going into international break, that's where everyone's starting to play their wild cards. And everyone will be wildcarding both of those in. I can't imagine there's going to be people wildcarding this week and leaving one of those guys out because both of them look on top form. I've not seen them play much better than this. Mo hasn't played this well in a couple of years, and Haaland, yeah, he looks better than he did last year. So new template, I think.
I
Little
would
bit of
agree.
feedback. Um, Chris in Worthing. I love this pod. Can I be in it? No, you can't, Chris. Dan Doe
Next.
in Whitchurch. Yeah, Dan Doe in Whitchurch. Great pod, lads. Loving the opinions. Big Baz. Hi, Will. That's it.
Hey,
So
Big
this is
Baz.
becoming a regular thing now, Will, isn't it? Yeah, Big Baz is in every week, and he
Isn't he in the
seems to
mini
have
league as
something
well?
going on with Will. I'm sure he is.
Isn't I'm pretty
Baz,
sure he
can I
is.
just say, mate? There's two people. There's two people hosting the show, man. It's not all about Will, but Will, it's nice to have a fan. You got anything you want to say to Big Baz at this point, mate?
Just appreciate the comments every week. Like you've been there from the very beginning, as has been a few of you. But yeah, thanks, Big Baz. Big shout out to you. Lots of love.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe Big Baz next week could have a FPL related question. Let's see
Yeah.
how we go. See how we go. All right, let's go through our scores. Let's go through our scores.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Will, how'd you get on, mate?
I didn't do great. I mean, Haaland. He on Saturday night, I was head in hands. Like anyone that didn't own him and captain him, we're just like, there's no chance. Mo's going to have to pull out an absolute stormer against United, which luckily he did. So I had 69 points. So Raya 2, Guardiola 2, Trent 6, Porro 1, Jota 3, Saka 6, Mohamed Salah with my captain's armband with 34, Madweki 2, Rogers 2, Isaac finally gave us some points, which was 9, and Munyet. Why can't I just never say names? Munez. Munez? Munez.
Muniz.
Muniz was 2. And then Vladimirson on the bench, Greaves 2, Slanky's nothing, and Borko nothing. So I had Slanky as my third choice just in case, but it looks like he's not back for a little while. So Rogers came off the bench for me, which was kind of planned. But yeah, all good. 69 points. Average was 34. Could have done better, but not too bad. What
Average was
about you?
34.
That's correct.
Really? No,
Yes.
64. 64.
64, so 34,
Yeah,
64, 64, 64.
yeah.
My goodness. But yeah,
Yeah, all good, all good. And that was just remind everyone. Will and I took minus fours last week, so that is
yes, we did.
69 minus 4, so just above average. And we'll take that, won't we, mate?
Yes, sir.
Um,
How'd you go?
yeah, it was decent, mate. There were some big scores this week. I mean, I got 73 points, and I didn't expect to drop in the rankings as much as I did. Obviously, this time of year, like 1 point could be like 30,000 places or something like that.
Yeah,
So I mean, it
it
is
literally is.
brutal,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
yeah, it stung a little bit. I didn't think it was that bad. 73 points again. 73 minus 4, 69. I had Raya in goal for 2. Trent 3 clean sheets in a row for Liverpool.
Hmm.
Unbelievable scenes. Anthony Robinson, another assist for him. He got 4. Pedro Porro 1. Jota the Slotter got 3. Morgan Rogers 2-pointer, which is a bit of a shame. Smith Rowe 2. Palmer 6. He got an assist. Minte, he got an assist. He got 4 points. 4 points for me. Isak 9. Captain Haaland 34. Um, bench is doing nothing. I got 2 points on the bench from Begnarak and Hall, got a point each. And yeah, I've got Solanke hanging around, which I'm more than happy with. I'm sure he's going to play next game. I think he could have potentially Played some minutes this week. It just sounded like they were being careful with him, and they're like, "Look, we've got a break after this. Let's just save him, and then hopefully he'll come back and smash it on the other side." So yeah, not too bad. I think I would have got a better score had I not taken the hit and kept because Bernardo got an assist.
Yeah,
So my players they scored the same amount as the players I took out, but obviously got the -4. So that's where it hurt a little bit. But hey, I'm better placed now, considering rolling going ahead. But we'll
that's
get
good.
into that next week. Um, so yeah, no major concern. It's a shame
Yeah.
about Rodgers. Like obviously we've got high hopes for Rodgers, and he's getting into his good fixtures now. That was the first one, and it was a tricky game, which we'll come to. But yeah, hopefully we can expect more from him going forward.
Mm. I think what was
Okay, let's go
unfortunate is the
through. Yeah,
fact.
go on, Will.
Well, I
Sorry.
was just going to say one little thing was unfortunate because it was a good score, and I was like, oh, Tom's done well. I was like, good for him, kind of thing. And then I looked around some of the leagues, some of our leagues, and some of the other leagues that I was in, and what I was surprised by that a lot of people had either already played their wild cards last week, but what I also saw was quite a lot of bench boosts. Like there's some chips flying around very early doors at the moment. There's one kid, 13 years old, Billy. He scored 100 and something points, and he had pretty much the perfect team. And I was like, with a bench boost, I was like, you naughty little bastard.
Is this another one
But
of
yeah,
your child friends?
it's a friend of mine's kid who's yeah he's a huge Brentford fan actually. Shout out to Billy, and yeah he's a lovely kid. But yeah, doing really well, top of our league, and I'm just behind him. But
All I can
yes,
see, yeah, sure, bet you are. I reckon all I can see now, all I can see now is you, 14-year-old Spike, 13-year-old Billy, down the pub Friday night, just causing absolute carnage, mate.
cannot wait,
Yeah.
cannot wait for that.
I, okay. Right. Let's go through the fixtures. Let's see the results rather. Arsenal won, Brighton won. As I said at the top of the show, Arsenal dropped points. We said last week it was going to be a tricky game. Obviously, it wasn't without a bit of drama. Declan Rice getting sent off. What was your view on the sending off, Will?
I'll keep it kind of brief. It was the first yellow card was a yellow card. The second yellow card was a yellow card. Should he have been sent off? In my opinion, no. It's one of those things. The rules are the rules, but it is what it is. If it was England playing, I always put it down to if England were playing against Germany and they did that, it's a red card. If it's England did that to Germany, never in a million years. What do you reckon?
That's good. That's a good way of thinking. I quite like that, man. Depends what side of the fence
Yeah.
you're sitting on. I mean, I heard it on the radio first. I didn't watch it live, and they were just saying it is a sending off. Like it is by the letter of the law. He's kicked the ball away.
Hmm.
It's the correct decision. When I saw it, I was surprised how they nailed their colours to the mast so much on the radio. They were really like, "Yeah, sending off. That's it." But when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's a bit harsh." I mean, it was
Mm.
by the letter of the law, sure, but I mean, mate, it was soft, wasn't it? I mean, I think I think the problem is that oh, my mind's gone blank who the Brighton defender was now who tackled
Me
him.
too. Um,
But basically, because he followed through onto Rice, and then Rice went down like a ton of bricks, the referee suddenly had a decision to make. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if he'd just kicked the ball away, the defenders probably just retrieved it back, taken a quick free kick, and then on you go. But because play stopped and he's rolling around on the floor, suddenly we're analysing this situation, and it's like, well, actually, by the rules, Declan Rice is in the wrong, and
so
yeah, you're going off.
it's a really good point. That's a really good point. If you did, yeah, I didn't think of it like that actually. Totally agree. If you just carried on, went, all right, sorry, I was being a bit of a jerk there. No big deal. Then yeah, play on, and that would have probably been a different
Yeah,
result. But it still was a good game. Obviously, it changed the game dramatically, but
yeah,
I think Brighton are looking as we said last week. Brighton are looking good, and they're beginning to motor. Estupinan's on his way back. They've got a big old squad to select from, and that manager's doing well. They're doing well.
yeah,
So
yeah. No, for sure. But yeah, there was obviously a bit of luck with the sending off. But you're right. I mean, they're getting the results. They look
mm,
good in possession. It was Joel Veltman who
that's
followed
it.
through on Rice. Um, but yeah, no. So and good for the league. Arsenal dropping points. Love to see it.
Yeah.
Havertz with
Love
another goal. He's
love to
he's so
see
he
it.
is now. Yeah, he is now my biggest FPL regret because he was in my team all summer
Yep.
and I
Hmm.
pulled him out right at the last minute and he's just been so consistent as he was last season. He's picked up where he left off. So yeah,
Yeah.
pains me a little bit. Right. Brentford 3, Southampton 1. This was a big win, as we'll go into later, for our the teen machine, our differential team.
Oh
Brian and
yeah.
Buemo with 2 goals. Visa up top scored a goal. And then Sugawara with the goal. I don't know if I got that pronunciation right.
I think you
Sugawara
did.
for
I think that's right.
Southampton. Um, yeah, and Buemo just is that asset that keeps on giving, man. Now Tiny's out the way. He is going to be so highly owned by the end of the international break. Everyone's getting Salah and Haaland in and Mbeumo because he's a nice little tasty 7 million. He's probably gone up now already.
Yeah, he has.
He'll be
Yeah.
one of those guys that are coming in, man. Do you know what I mean? I think you're going to see people getting rid of the likes of Saka, Palmer,
Really.
Sonny, and getting in a lot of that. Because if you've got Haaland and Salah, you can't have them as well. You're going to be looking at a lot of those mid-priced
Yeah.
midfielders, and Buemo is going to become uh, a very common in a lot of teams. He's going to be part of the template,
Just wanted to
and
have
he's
a
great.
quick look.
He's on
The one
pen.
thing, because one thing that I looked at was obviously after they've got two really stinky fixtures. They've got Man City when we away when they come back, and then they've got Tottenham away
Mm,
also. So, and we will come to this. Do you hold out or do you bring him in? Because he's already gone up. But yeah, I might hold out for a couple of weeks, but plan to bring him in.
mm, yeah. Um, I think if you went early on the wild card and you got him in at 7, you got him in because you knew he was going up and you were looking for the value. I mean, that's the tactic for the international break. You go early on the wild card, just getting all the players that you think are going to go up, and then 2 weeks later, your team's gone up 500,000 in value, and whether or not they were the right decisions, it is just a good way of just getting that team value up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in the long run, that is very, very useful. So I think personally, when I'm being on penalties, he is one I would
Mm.
get in on the wild card and hold through Man City. You're playing him against Spurs, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I hear you what you're saying. It's the flip of the coin, isn't it? You're right to illustrate that, William.
Thanks.
Everton 2, Bournemouth 3. Wow, Everton
What a game.
played amazing. First of all, they were really, really good. They looked the best I'd seen them, and 2 good goals. DCL, Keane got a
Hmm.
goal. Suddenly, it was like all is forgiven for Keane, and then what is it, 85 minutes, and you've got
Yeah.
3 goals. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, I mean Sean Dyche. If he had any hair, definitely be tearing it out. He will be so frustrated at losing it at that point in the game, um, and especially after playing so well. It's just a lack of concentration. It's in this league, it's unforgivable. So yeah, they're going to be hurting after that, and he's going to have to do his best to pick the team up and go again.
Yeah, totally agree. God, momentum just took them all the way home. Well done, Bournemouth. Good game, though.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, when those Bournemouth goals went in, I just like I don't know how to describe it. When they went in, they were just really satisfying goals. Just the way they left off, bam, back of
Well,
the net, and it was just like a real like sucker punch every
yeah,
goal. It stung me, just to see
I
them. I
know.
could feel Everton's pain with each one, and you could feel it coming as well.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, a tough one there. Right, Ipswich 1, Fulham 1. Delap. Did you see Delap's goal, Will?
Mm.
For Ipswich? Yeah, mate, it was such a good shot. I actually thought maybe it got a deflection on the way through, but it didn't. It was just a great shot, and the keeper just couldn't stop it. And then Adama got the goal for
Mm.
Fulham. Uh, he's looking promising, Adama. Yeah, he's stacked like an absolute tank, just like Will. And Yeah, I mean, obviously, another assist as we mentioned for Robinson, putting the ball
Yeah.
into a dangerous area, and it was an easy finish for Adama. But he's he's not looking. He kind of looks different to the player we saw at Wolves, where he's actually got a bit of an end product. He's getting himself in good positions. He's not just endlessly giving the ball away.
Mm,
So yeah, he's one to watch. He's definitely one to watch for Fulham. Fulham will be disappointed that they haven't won this game, but
yeah.
good for Ipswich to get a point and get off
Yes,
the
sir.
mark in the Premier League. Leicester 1, Villa 2. Um, this was a tough game, as we knew it would be for Villa. Watkins missed another hatful of really good chances. Really should have scored. We thought again this would be the game that he gets off the mark, but not to be. Yeah, he's still quite ring rusty in front of goal. He had a couple of like one-on-one situations where he just blew it.
Yeah, totally. It's a real shame that any Watkins owners out there must be really feeling it. Um, that he should have had 4 or 5 goals this season so far, more in fact. So he's got to be it's got to be on the way out. It must be going down in value. But what they do have is young Onana finding the back of the net every single game pretty much and looking good, apart from the fact he rolled around on the floor for a bit and seemed like he was coming off multiple times and then managed to continue. So,
He's playing the game. He's playing the game. But yeah, you're right. It's 2 goals in three now for him. He's
yeah.
just a fantastic start at Villa.
Hmm.
And he's got some competition in midfield. He's got the likes of Barkley who came in, who's struggling to get a game at the moment, and their midfield's packed. They've got Tielemans,
Yeah,
loads of other midfielders. Buendia's still there, right? I haven't heard anything from him. I mean, he must be injured. I need to check that. And then John Duran came on for Watkins. Looking good. Like he's
sharp.
putting Watkins could be feeling the pressure, Watkins, because Duran is coming on, he's getting goals and he's looking sharp, mate. It was a great header, great leap, great finish. He looks good. He's a big physical presence. He's tidy on the ball. He's got a lot of energy. Like he's going to be banging on that door now.
Sure. I mean, you can't not when you've got an informed striker like that. That just he came straight on. He was only on for not I don't know if it was the highlights or I watched, but it wasn't on for long anyway. It can't have been on for long, and he just absolutely got straight involved. And I was like, good for you, man.
Yeah. Um Yeah, Leicester had chances. They were unlucky. But yeah, they'll need to go again in the next game and keep trying to get points where they can. Big news for Leicester. It looks like they're getting away without the points deduction, which is massive for them.
There's something fishy going on here. There's
Yeah,
something
well, the
fishy going
Premier
on.
League, they're not happy about it. They're quite disappointed that they haven't been stung with this point deduction. So I don't know whether this is going to rumble on a little bit longer, but Leicester must be counting their lucky stars, man, because they were expecting like a 12-point deduction, which is huge, and now they could be in the clear. So that they're going to get boosted by that, and yeah, could be on for a better season now.
Yeah, I
Um,
guess there's one thing to add there, and the fact that if they give it to Leicester, they've got to give it to Everton. If they give it to Everton and Leicester, then they've got to give it to. They have to look at Man City, and if they look at Man City, that's going to have such a detrimental effect to the Premier League, and then the Super League must come into play. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's pulling at a string, isn't it? Pulling at a thread, and I think they're different cases. But I need to look more into it because this is pretty fresh news coming out. It sounds like Leicester are getting away with some kind of loophole. So yeah, we'll get more on that.
Yeah.
City, that is a whole different kettle of fish.
I
Let's
think we,
see.
we will definitely be coming back to that regardless at some
Yeah,
stage.
yeah. God knows what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Um, Speaking of City, West Ham 1, City 3, Haaland 3. That's back to back hat tricks for that big, sexy Norwegian. Yeah, amazing. Really good goals as well. Really good finishes.
Really, really,
All of
really,
them.
really good.
Yeah, he's on
He's looking
fire.
so good, and I do love the fact that I don't know if we can have to bleep this bit out, but on the match ball, the first one from game week 1, it was like, whoever it was said it on, wrote on it, I'm getting tired of writing these things. And on the last week's one, in the same spot, it just went off.
Really? That's awesome. You gotta love that guy, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Good play
So
from
what? He's writing these. He's writing these messages on each
no,
of his
no.
balls.
All of his teammates are writing messages to be like they all signed the match ball, and yeah, last week was that. This week was that. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, I love that.
But I tell you what,
Um,
Rico Lewis. I must just throw in Rico Lewis, still looking lovely there, isn't he? Absolute fire in that more aggressive position. But obviously we've got some players coming back for City.
yeah, no, he's another regret of mine as well. To be honest, he's never really been on my mind to bring in, but that looks like a missed. That looks like a miss from me, man. Like he's playing well, and he's making. The thing is, right, the way like if he's in, that means that he's the one attacking, and it's Vardiol who's kind of sitting back. They don't send both of their wing backs
No.
forward. They only use one. So that's when they were expecting when Walker comes back that Vardiol would be the attacking presence and you'd get more returns. But the thing is, when City are playing this well, would you just take him out and start changing their most attacking side of play? Do you know what I mean? And switch it all to the left. It's a tricky one, and Walker
Yeah.
is he's older now. Lewis is the future. If he's playing well,
Yeah.
you've got to be thinking about keeping him in. Like it's hard. He's hard to take out at the moment.
It's just one of those another Man City headache that we've had. Like before, we were always worried. Like, is Alvarez going to play? Is Foden going to play? Grealish? What's the midfield going to look like? Now we've got another headache in defence. Whether it's like, well, we always had a bit of a headache, but is Walker play? Is Lewis? Is Lewis going to play? Is it going to be Guardiola? Like we now just cannot trust City apart from that blonde-haired goal-scoring machine up front.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Nottingham Forest 1, Wolves 1. There he is again. Solid wood, mate. He's just keeps going. Like he kind of just it doesn't he's not the kind of glamorous striker that you want in your team, but he just chips away, doesn't he? Just chips away
Yeah,
every
that's
week.
good. He does. Did you write that one down?
That was mate. That was
Just
fresh,
straight
just
off the
off the
dome.
cuff, mate. I'm full of them. I'm full of them.
Good. Yeah, no, it's just one. He just does that. That's what he does. Scores goals. He doesn't look good in the whole game. In fact, he looks bad and
Yeah,
gets goals. Important
yeah.
goals as well.
He's such a kind of like cumbersome man, isn't
Mm.
he? Like just kind of cruises around. I mean, I'm being horrifically unfair to him, but he
Yeah,
kind of goes unnoticed, and then it's like bam, header, bam,
yeah.
like one touch finish. But yeah, he's just yeah, can't knock him. God bless him. Bellegarde, do you see Bellegarde's goal?
Yeah, yeah.
What a shot, mate!
He's
Still
good.
laughing, eh?
Yeah, no, I mean, just knocking on wood is just knocking. I mean, it's all there. Wood chips, knock on wood. It's a double. Good, Tom. Very good.
Yeah, Bellegarde, mate.
Yeah.
That was some finish. Honestly, I was surprised when I saw it. I hadn't seen it more like on socials, just being like reposted all over the place. Like, what a finish, mate!
What a
Get a
finish.
little half bounce, absolutely smashed it with the laces, flew through the air like Roberto Carlos style. It was lovely into top bins.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, I think we said last week that that was going to be a tight game, Nottingham Forest versus Wolves. Neither team are going to be giving much away. Wolves are obviously a little bit tighter this week. Nuno teams are always quite tight at the back, so 1-1 cancelling each other out was kind of to be expected. Chelsea won, Palace won. So into Sunday's games, uh, Nicholas Jackson with a goal.
Mm.
He is one we should all be keeping an eye on now because obviously Chelsea were gunning for a striker on deadline day. They were trying to get Tony, they were trying to get Osherman, and neither came through. So Jackson's the guy. He is the guy now, and Kunku's not really playing. I think he's down to like 6.2 or something now.
Mm.
Um, so Jackson's the guy, and mate, if he played like he did at the end of last season, playing every week, and he's always pretty solid at bringing in points on the regular. So at 7.5, I believe he is as well. definitely one to keep an eye on if you are getting rid of the likes of like Isak. You could save yourself 1 million and go to Jackson and Chelsea. As we said, we've got some great fixtures. Um, Eze, Eze got his goal, mate. His long-awaited goal. All the patient Eze owners who've still hung on to him. Congratulations to you for keeping the faith. A lot of people transferred him out last week. He was always going to score, and what a goal!
Yeah, he should have had a couple, I think. He had a couple of opportunities. Well, there was a couple of breakaways. I thought it was a good game, actually. Really exciting game. Um, but yeah, there was chances all round, both for Tottenham and Newcastle. But yeah, a couple of breakaways for Newcastle, and I just thought, oh, he could have got a brace there. It would have been really nice for those that held on to him. But yeah, Tottenham as well. I think they're missing Solanke. I think if Solanke was playing, Sonny and him would be linking up well. It was a nice aggressive game, and it was I liked it. Liked it. St James's Park was rocking.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. Did you, mate? I just blanked out there. Did you just like totally squeeze onto Newcastle there? We were chatting Eze,
Oh,
and you just went straight. Did I just like
oh
black
my
out?
god! Oh my god! I literally was looking at the Newcastle game.
That's all right.
Sorry. My
Honestly, I
bad.
don't know how you slid onto them. I kind of feel a bit violated how you did that. Um, but yeah,
I was like,
so
let's
it
let's
was.
just crack on. Let's getting on. Yeah, getting on. I was like, we were totally on Chelsea. Oh my god! Sorry, Tom.
That's all good, mate. Just quickly sticking with Chelsea, Palmer. Yeah, got an assist. Still looks dangerous. Obviously, I bought him in for the hit last week. It's a shame didn't get more out of him. But I think what we did see is this is what Chelsea do. You kind of think they turn a corner, and then I guess Palace are tough opposition, but I think we're still not sure what to expect from Chelsea. I've got no idea what team's going to turn up next week, what kind of performance we're going to get when they do play again. So, yeah, I wouldn't be steaming into Chelsea on wild card. Um, Perhaps you would be, if Chelsea had won this game and Palmer had got a goal, Palmer would be very popular on wild card. But yeah, not to be, I don't think this time around.
The only thing
Newcastle
is,
too. No, go on.
oh,
Yeah, go
sorry.
on. Well, sorry.
I was saying the only thing is that Chelsea fixtures are still pretty decent. They've still got like three more fixtures, which are not bad. And like Palmer, over Saka's fixtures get a bit dicey. Palmer's still got a few more game weeks in him, I think. He just looks good, doesn't he? They look good going forward. But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, no, it's a good point, mate. He is their talisman. He is on pens, and you're right about Saka. He's got a couple of fixtures where that are less appealing. Obviously, it's Bukayo Saka. He's always an asset, but yeah, you're right. People will have decisions to make on wildcard.
Yeah,
So Newcastle 2, Spurs 1. Um, Newcastle got their win at home. Isak got his goal. Barnes got a lovely goal as well. It was a tough game. Spurs actually played quite well in this game, and they were unlucky not to get more goals out of this game. But it's exactly what the doctor ordered for Newcastle. We said that Eddie Howe would be really targeting that game to kind of kickstart their season because they've been underwhelming in the first couple of games, and now with Isak off the mark, I think that's job done. And they'll be buoyed going into the international break now. Isak looked good as well. It wasn't just the goal; he had good chances. He that one there, everyone's like, was that a cross or a shot? And he hit the bar like that was a shot. He went for it. He fancied it.
yeah,
So he's getting his eye in, man.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was a couple of breakaways where I thought he could have scored a couple. And Tottenham did look good also. I thought it was a good game on the whole. But they deserved something out of that game. Not necessarily a draw, but just to get a goal maybe. But yeah, St James's Park was just absolutely rocking, and especially when that second goal went in for Isaac. So well
Mm,
played.
yep. Yeah, very good. Very good. Let's do it, mate. Liverpool 3, Manchester United nil. Um, I
Did
thought
you
Man
watch the
United
game?
started well. I did, of course. I watched the game. I caught a
Damn.
little bit of it. Um, Man United started well. They started well,
Mm,
mate. I remember Neville saying United have actually come out the blocks quite well here. And yeah, it turned quite quickly. I think we would text each other obviously through the game.
mm.
I know you've had your reservations about Casemiro, And yeah, when he made those mistakes, I could see a little face in my head, just shaking your head. You look so upset, Will. That's it. That's the face there. Will's pulling a very sad face for the podcast listeners. But Liverpool were great. We were great, mate. There was some really great international individual performances. I thought Gravenberch played his best game for us. He's been playing defensive midfield, a holding midfield for us, and he's doing a really good job under Slot. Slot's got him going, man. I don't know if it's the Dutch connection, but he looks energized under Slot, and he's bringing the ball out of defense. He was instrumental in a lot of our attacks. Like he was traveling with the ball, like 15, 20 yards, like often through Man United's midfield. And it was great to see. Diaz, what a start that guy has made. He is so good, so sharp. I'm so thankful that all the rumors didn't turn out to be true, that he was going to go to Barcelona in the summer. Can you imagine? That guy will be so difficult to replace. Two great goals from him. The second goal was so slick. Keeper couldn't do anything about it. Bottom corner, one touch finish. It just oozed confidence. And then Mo obviously was instrumental in all the goals, 2 assists and a goal. This guy, I mean, we've said enough about him, but
Salah looked fantastic. Casemiro got robbed a couple of times. I instantly put a lot of blame on his shoulders, but I don't like what's going on now. I think it was his fault a few times. Like, he just didn't look great, but I'm looking more at the bigger picture of how we're playing. I won't go too deep into that. United, they came out strong. We looked like it was going to be good, but then you just had us, and that was just that brilliance, that Premier League level that we've discussed, that we've touched on. Mo has it, and a lot of the players in Liverpool side, they have it, and they will catch you. And if you're slacking, you're going to get punished. And then we got punished, and we got punished twice quickly, and we deserved it. And then we didn't have in the second half. I thought we looked exhausted, or we just didn't have it in us. And it's, as they said in the commentary, it's demoralising when you see the stand emptying in a game like this. It's a tough one to swallow, but it was expected. We need to sort out the midfield. Ugarte, I think, will definitely do a job for exactly that.
I
But
think
yeah,
I think the nature of the goals made it harder on you, because when you're
yeah,
playing well and you give away possession and you are sucker punched like that,
yeah,
it does hit you, and it's hard to just go again, because you're like, look, we were playing so well, and we almost we didn't deserve that. And it was a couple of sloppy balls from Casemiro. And
yeah,
again, that was Gravenberch who got in there and made the
yeah,
most of it.
yeah. He does look really
For
good.
for the first goal, I think it was. I can't remember the first or
Yeah.
second. I think it was the first one. Yeah, so it's tough.
Anyway,
Ten Hag,
congratulations, Thomas.
just
Before we go on,
yeah, thanks, mate. That was great. Mate, I'm buzzing over the start we've had, man. Three games, 0 goals conceded. That's
yeah,
massive. I tell you what, mate. I tell you what, I did like. I loved Slot taking off Trent. Did you see that? Do you remember that
of
bit?
course, yeah,
So
yeah,
obviously we knew he threw his toys out the pram when he got subbed off last week. This was such a power move from Slot. It was brilliant. He just hooked him again after like 70 minutes or so, and all the cameras were on Trent, and you
yeah.
could see that he wasn't happy. And then he
Suddenly
quickly
went,
gave himself a quick, yeah, he gave himself a quick talking to, and he's like, "I'm gonna smile, cut the fans," and
yeah,
loved it from Slot. I think they mentioned it in commentary. They were
they
like,
did.
"Slot's the boss. Slot's the boss."
And he
He's
was
just
like,
showing who's boss. It's great.
it is that. And it was that they said, Trent was kind of like, okay, I respect it. You've made your point, but let's not have this happen every
Yeah.
week. It's like, come on, easy now. But
Yeah, he does it a third
respect.
time.
Yeah, yeah. But again, Trent played well. Well, one last thing I just want to mention, which I think we'll come to in a little bit as well. But Robinson, for that million less, great attacking threat also, as much as Trent's. But maybe we'll be able to catch
Yep.
up on that
Yep.
in a moment.
Yep.
Well played.
Okay. Cool. 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 Let's very quickly touch on the team takedown. I don't think I'm going to go into too much detail this week. We'll save it for another week. Spike, our nemesis, he got 69 points this week. 14-year-old Spike, who threw down the challenge to us this year. He's playing against our differential team, the Teen Machine. We got 65 points on wildcard. Obviously, we can't have players who are more than 10% owned. Unfortunately, we had to give up. I made a slight mistake by giving up Luis Diaz. He was 9.9% owned, and I took him out because I was just saving a transfer waiting to happen
Oh,
next week. Yeah, I could have kept him, and we would have got an extra 2 goals in our team, which we desperately needed. We had Leno for 3, Powell for 2, Akanji 1, Robertson 6. Bailey 1. Bailey went off injured. That's not looking great for him. Madueke 2 goals. Captain and Wemo for 28. Semenyo got us 6. Cunha 2. Visa 8. Nicholas Jackson 6. Got some tasty players in there I'm very happy with.
brilliant.
But Madueke's gone up. He's got to go out next week. Bailey's injured. We'll be hoping that he's fit to play in a couple of weeks when we're back for game week 4. Yeah, so on the whole, we're in good place going forward on the wild card. But yeah, unfortunately, we are currently 9 points behind Spike, which is really not that bad considering Spike has got all the big boys. His team,
I go for
Pickford,
his team.
Concert,
Yeah.
Vardiel, Aina. Yeah, go on, Will. Take it away.
Yeah, no. So I think the only major scorers was Eze on 10. He had still got Jota with 3. Smith, Gibbs didn't do anything. Gibbs White didn't do anything. Isaac with 9, and then the Cocktops Captain Harlan for 34. So a total of 69 points. Magic one. But yeah, good from
Mm,
Spike.
yeah, decent. We'll see you. We'll see you game week 4, Spike. All right. That about does it for this week. That only leaves match of the A. Aye. So so just to remind everybody who hasn't been watching Match of the AI, they're all on YouTube. Go get them because there's some absolute belters in there. This is where Will and I choose 2 5-a-side teams to have at it against one another. We both come up with our players, put them into ChatGPT. Will says, ChatGPT, which of these teams are the best? Simulate us a game. Let's see what happens. So let's go through our teams. As I said at the top of the show, the theme this week is football's bad boys. And as I lost last week was a massive. Still not quite over last week. I don't know what happened there. It kind of all went to pot, and somehow it's 2-2 overall. Unbelievable. Yeah, as I lost, it's my pick first. So football's bad boys. Where else can you start but Sergio Ramos? He is the leading. He has the most red cards of any player of all time. I believe it's 26. And he's got the most yellow cards of any player in history. Can't remember what the figure is, 112 or something like that. But yeah, that guy gets like a yellow card every game. So yeah, go on, Will. Who you got, mate?
Incredible stats. I'm going to go Mr. Eric Cantona, King Eric.
Of course. Yeah, he's got to be a slam dunk for you, mate. Obviously, we know he's a bad boy. He got suspended for fly kicking a fan in the crowd.
Crystal Palace, wasn't it?
I'm gonna go. Gattuso, AC Milan. We know that he's got a fiery temper. Who was that coach? The Spurs. The Spurs assistant manager. I forgot his name. But it's not Joe Lewis. I can't remember who it is now.
Yeah.
But yeah, had his hand to his throat. I always remember that.
Yeah.
You next, Will. What you got?
Gattuso would have been one of my picks. He's one of my absolute faves. I will go in with another attacking forward. Will be Luis Suarez. Dirty boy, dirty boy, fighting just on the very edge of the law throughout every game. Oh God, I hated watching him, but loved watching his goals. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, how many times are you going to bite players, that guy? But he was like high on my list. I'm gutted you've got him. Next for me, I'm going to go Bruce Grobbelaar in goal. Obviously,
Yeah, tricky one, the
he
goalkeepers.
was quite angry. He was quite angry back in the day, but obviously it was a betting scandal, which is frowned upon.
Yeah. Not the best. Okay, I'm going to go on a sling wide defender in now, and I think I'm going to go with one of my absolute favourites. He was a real hard man of football for those that know him. And if you don't know him, check out his penalties. Mr. Julian Dix was terrifying back in the day.
That was mate. That is a shout, by the way.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, mate. He wasn't even on my radar. That's a belter. I love that.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm gonna go Carlos Tevez next. Obviously, we don't need to say much about him. Had a lot of attitude. Used to get suspended on the regular. I can't remember. Didn't he have a long-term suspension? I can't remember what that was for. Oh no, I think he upset everyone at City, and they kind of cast him into the shadows for a while. But he managed to play a game. They brought him out of the shadows eventually. But anyway, yeah, he's just a.
Great player for United. The last one, is it my last pick? And City. We're on a rarity, that one. I think it's my last pick. This is my last pick. Oh no, I've still got my goalkeeper to play. Okay, I've gone with Fabien Barthez just because he was just a menace, wasn't he? He was always on, just getting involved in things that he shouldn't have been getting involved in. He was always there, other half of the pitch, just like there. So yeah, love him.
Absolute madman. Okay, my final pick is Mario Balotelli. I mean, this guy is just mad as a box of frogs, right? I mean, he's never doing what he's supposed to be doing, that guy. There's so many stories about Balotelli. What a personality, and he's a great footballer on his day. But
yeah, he's so volatile. That's such a good pick. Okay, my last pick. I think you picked quite good ones, and this is my last backup was. Do you remember El Hadji Diouf? He used to play for Leeds. Diouf, or was it Diouf? Liverpool. Did he play for Liverpool? He was just always there, wasn't he? He was just like. Just a real nasty.
He was always there. He was always there, just spitting at people.
Doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. Good.
What was wrong with that guy? He always just had so much gob. Do you know what I mean? Like, just had to get rid of it on someone. But Jamie Carragher learned.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and have you done all yours? Yeah. Is that it?
I think
that's
I'm
our
done,
team,
mate.
isn't it?
I feel like you've got an extra pick. How many players have you got?
Barthez, Dix, Diouf, Suarez, and Cantona.
Okay, great. Lovely. Right, so the caveat this week, everyone. So, as you may know, each week we put a little bit of a twist on the game just to give us some extra spice. And this week, I'm getting the shout. As I've got Mario Balotelli, I thought, why not get him to bring an assortment of fireworks to the game. I don't know if you remember, he was done for setting off fireworks in his house. So I thought, because he's experienced with fireworks, I think he can bring some to the game, and he can use them to put off the opposition whenever he decides to. In classic Mario Balotelli style. So let's put that into ChatGPT and see what it comes up with.
It's in. I've read the intro. I've just read the intro. I've not read anything else, and I've got to read it this week.
Okay.
I'm already crying. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
God.
We don't know. And guys, I just want to say it from the top as well. We don't know these results yet. As you may know from last week, it all went tits up. We had no idea that was going to happen, and we were. Beyond the point of no return at that point. Okay, Will's already crying. Okay, this is gonna be good.
Welcome to the ultimate showdown. Bad Boys 1 versus Bad Boys 2, because I just went with the movie titles. But tonight's match.
Great, everyone's gonna know who's who.
No, we know though. Bad Boys 1 is Tom's team, and Bad Boys 2 is my team. Okay, so tonight's match features some of the most notorious figures in football, all in their prime, and tensions are sky high. There are no rules tonight, only chaos. And With Mario Balotelli bringing fireworks to the party, expect distractions of all kinds. The atmosphere is electric under the floodlights, and the crowd is racing for a night of pure madness. Let the fireworks begin, literally. Oh God. Okay.
Amazing. What is this?
So-
What is going to happen here?
Thanks. Right, good caveat, Tom. Okay, so we kick off. The referee barely gets a whistle to his lips before the chaos begins. Tom's bad boys kick off with Gattuso immediately clattering into Cantona with a thunderous challenge, setting the tone for what's to come. It's not going to be a pretty match, but it's going to certainly be entertaining. 5th minute, early incident. No time's wasted before tempers flare. Sergio Ramos confronts Suarez after an elbow off the ball. Ramos shoves Suarez to the ground, but before Suarez can retaliate with his signature bite, the referee steps in. Both players are given warnings, but it's clear neither are interested in playing nice tonight. 5 minutes in.
Mate. Signature bite.
10th minute, Balotelli's distraction. Out of nowhere, Balotelli sets off a firework. Smoke fills the corner of the pitch just as Tevez drives forwards. The defenders of Will's bad boys are visibly confused, allowing Tevez to slip through and unleash a powerful shot from outside the box. Barthez is caught off guard, but the manages a fingertip save, sending the ball flying just over the bar. 14th minute, I feel exhausted. Suarez strikes. It's Suarez who finally gets the breakthrough after a reckless challenge from Julian Dix on Tevez at the halfway line. The ball breaks loose to Cantona, who flicks it to Suarez. Suarez rounds Ramos with a burst of pace and slots the ball coolly past Grobbelaar. Goal! Yeah. He's turned that defence into a mere suggestion. Suarez puts the bad boys in front with a clinical finish. Oof.
Bollocks.
Just waiting for some kind of response. Bollocks.
Yeah.
20th minute. Gattuso unleashed. Gattuso is a man possessed. He goes on a rampaging run through the midfield, shrugging tackles, leaving Diouf in a heap. He finds Balotelli in space, but Balotelli, instead shooting, pauses to light another firework. With fireworks whizzing by, Julian Dish mistimes his clearance, and the ball deflects off Gattuso and trickles into the net.
Yes, come on! Oh mate, that's brilliant.
Oh God!
What just happened? What just happened?
Swaddle.
So wait, Balotelli, you received the ball, but he decided to light a firework. Give it.
Instead of shooting little firework and with fireworks missing everywhere, Julian Dix mistimes a clearance and the ball deflects off Gattuso and trickles into the back of the net. That's 1-1. We're on 28 minutes. And we said this was going to be a shorter episode. The title of this next bit just said. It just says chaos erupts. Fireworks aren't the only thing going off. Cantona loses his temper in a late challenge by Ramos and lunges a wild kick. The referee somehow manages to keep control, issuing a yellow card to Cantona and Ramos, but the tension is palpable. The crowd roars as both players exchange heated words, nearly coming to blows. Oh God. 35th minute, Cantona magic. Despite the tension, Cantona shows his absolute class and receives a cross from Diouf, controls the ball with elegant touch and volleys it into the top corner with sublime precision. Grobbelaar stands no chance. Oh,
mate,
God.
Cantona should be off. You can't just kick a player and get a yellow card, mate. What is this?
There's no rules in this game. There's fireworks going off, Thomas. Okay, so
touche.
Oh, apparently there's a conga in the stands. Anyway, right, bad boys. Will's bad boys 2, Tom's bad boys 1, and that's half term. Half term? Said that twice now.
Half term again. It's half term again, guys.
It's the near the end of the summer holidays. Over to you.
Sent me the second half.
Yeah, it's in the notes. My goodness.
Okay, great. Okay, we got it. Okay, here we go. Second half. 50th minute. As the second half kicks off, Diouf goes full villain. Guess what's about to happen? Okay. Okay. Juve goes full villain. He spits at Gattuso. He spits at Gattuso after a hard challenge. Gonna be like 20 minutes of laughing when it's cut out. He spits at Gattuso after a hard challenge, igniting a furious reaction. Gattuso charges at Juve, but teammates pull them apart before it escalates. The referee books Juve, but it's clear the match is only going to get more heated from here. 55th minute, Balotelli finally gets his moment. Tevez powers through the midfield, shrugging off challenges and lays the ball to Balotelli, who is just inside the box. Balotelli strikes it cleanly, sending the ball into the bottom corner past Barthez. Goal! He struck that like a man possessed. What a goal!
Wow, I'm sweating.
2-2. Right. As
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I know. Right, 63rd minute. As Tom's bad boys mount another attack, Balotelli decides it's the perfect moment for more fireworks. This time, the distraction seems to backfire as Ramos, completely disorientated, kicks the ball into his own net. Own goal. No. Oh, you're kidding.
3-2.
Right, 70th minute. Ramos redeems himself. But Ramos won't let his team go down without a fight. Minutes after his own goal, he storms forward, receiving a perfect cross from Tevez. Ramos leaps and heads the ball into the top corner. Goal! 3-3. He's just delivered the football equivalent of a demolition crew. Boom. 78th minute, with time running out, Cantona looks to finish the game off after a scrappy battle in midfield. Suarez feeds the ball to Cantona, who flicks it over Grobbelaar with audacity only he could possess. Goal.
The king.
4-3. Okay. 85th minute. In the final moments, Balotelli tries one last firework distraction as Tevez breaks through the defence. As sparks fly, Barthez dives, but Tevez calmly chips the ball over him, giving Bad Boys another goal. Goal! He slipped it in with the stealth of a ninja in slippers. Final whistle. So, guys, that is full time, and the scores are tied at 4-4. So, what we're going to do now, penalties takes too long, right? What I suggest, Will, is we choose one player each from our teams and we do rock, paper, scissors.
How are we going to do that?
Just say, right, I'm going to choose Balotelli and you're going to choose one player from your team, and let's go ChatGPT. Can you simulate a game of rock, paper, scissors, please, between the two gentlemen?
Copy that. Understood. Okay, who are you going with? Balotelli, obviously.
Balotelli, yeah.
I'm going to go with Eric Cantona.
Great. While I was doing that, the last time we did penalties, guys, although very entertaining, it tailed out of control. Vinnie Jones, he got sent off during the match because he was very upset because I think R9, Ronaldo, had been bad-mouthing his wife before the game. He was furious. He got sent off during the game, unfortunately. But ChatGPT thought it'd be okay for him to take a penalty after the game, and I won on penalties. So yeah, there is that, but also it just takes forever. And do you know what I mean? We're struggling to keep our podcast under an hour and a half. A lot of editing goes into this, and could do without a penalty shootout, to be quite honest with you.
So, rock, paper, scissors showdown. Mario Balotelli versus Eric Cantona. After a wild firework-filled match, we are left in a deadlock between Tom's bad boys and Will's bad boys. To settle this, we have turned to the ultimate decider: rock, paper, scissors. between the two of the most notorious characters in football, Mario Balotelli and Eric Cantona. It's all come down to this moment. It's longer than I thought. The players step into the centre of the pitch, surrounded by their teammates. The crowd holds its breath and instantly is powerful as Balotelli grins, fireworks ready in his pockets, whilst Cantona, calm, composed, prepares for the unexpected battle. First round, the stare down. Balotelli looks at Cantona dead in the eye, his smirk growing wider, and raises his hand. The first round begins. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock for Balotelli, scissors for Cantona. Balotelli wins the first round. Like a ninja in slippers, Balotelli strikes with a rock. The crowd erupt.
Right. First question.
The crowd erupts.
Well, how many rounds are we doing? What do you mean round one? That's game over, surely. What else is going on?
No, apparently it's like it's a decide like they've done best of three. I think I didn't put that in. Anyway, carrying on. Second round, Cantona. That's just fair. Anyway, Cantona says second round, Cantona strikes back. Cantona with his trademark collar raised, cracks his neck and focuses. Balotelli riding high on his first round victory throws quickly. Paper for Balotelli, scissors for Cantona. So that's 1-1.
ChatGPT. He's just slightly dramatic for my liking. They're really milking it.
Final round, the decider. It's all on the line now. The two stare each other down, the stadium roaring with anticipation. Balotelli's fingers twitch and Cantona remains composed as both throw down their final choice. Scissors for Balotelli and rock for Cantona. Boom.
Yeah.
The demolition crew. Cantona crushes it with his rock. Final whistle. Eric Cantona wins the rock, paper, scissors showdown. And what a night.
Congratulations.
What a match. And what a finish.
Congratulations, mate. That was one of our fairer games, so I'm more than happy to take that, mate.
That was
well done.
That was
well done, ChatGPT.
That was absolutely brilliant. The caveat, Thomas, was perfect for the Bad Boys showdown.
Yeah, it was good. Man, I think next week we should try and get some of our listeners to get involved, man. Guys, get involved. Let us know what you want to see. Obviously, we've got plenty of ammunition in the bag for these. But if you do want to get involved, if you've got something that you think might work for Match of the AI, we would love to hear it. Get in touch on socials. Tom and Will, FPL. Yeah, do it. Right, that rounds up this week, Will. Nice tighter episode this week as we only talk about one game week. We'll be back next week to talk about game week 4. Did we talk about your wildcard today?
No, we haven't. But I think that's a good thing.
Hey guys, Will's on a wildcard, by the way, and we'll talk about it next week.
I guarantee you everything that I will say this week about the wildcard will be different to next week. But yeah.
True.
Good fun.
True. Another slick ending for Tom and Will. And tune in next week where we will go into the wild card in detail. I'll get Will to post up his current team. I'll check it on the socials later. But yeah, thank you so much for listening or watching wherever you are. Really appreciate it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you can, give us a 5-star review. Really, really amazingly helpful to us. But yeah, we just hope you're enjoying it, really enjoying ourselves. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Anything for you, Will, before we sign off?
No, just chuck us a follow on our social media channel. We're on all the social media channels, Will and Tom FPL. Check it out, and yeah, drop us some ideas for Match of the AI. We'd love to hear from you.
Nice. All right, guys, that is a wrap. See you next week. Hit it.
That was absolutely hilarious. I was crying my eyes out.
I know, it's gold. Absolute gold.